So we got two big news articles to cover today. One being the return of the Acura Integra and the other the return of the Lamborghini Countach. Two classic icon vehicles. Welcome to Automotive Antics. I'm Kevin. If you want to keep up on more automotive news and content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell notification so you don't miss anything. Now let's start with the Acura Integra. This is a car I find so incredibly fun. Well, I did, because the last time I drove one was, I think, early 2000s. They're really hard to find now, and when you do find them, they're usually ragged out. But the old Integra GSR was such a fun car to drive. No, it's not a high horsepower car. You're not going to win a ton of drag races with it. But, I mean, like any other Honda, you put some money into a B engine, you get a lot of power. But that's beside the point. The fun factor in the car is substantial. It's like a go-kart. You know, it just turns, it's nimble, it's so much fun to drive. And that's what Acura is saying they want to get back to. They are bringing back the Integra brand and promising the fun to drive factor. As a matter of fact, Acura's vice president and brand officer said the 2022 Acura Integra will retain the fun to drive spirit and DNA of the original Integra. And given Honda's recent success with performance cars, I'm optimistic that the reborn Integra will live up to the name. That in itself is super exciting because I feel like a lot of the Acuras nowadays have kind of lost that fun factor. The feeling and everything, I mean, the performance is there, but the feeling has kind of gotten numb. But it's not just Acura. I don't want to make it sound like it is. Many car manufacturers are losing that fun factor through technology to make it smoother and quieter and all this other stuff. So Acura is promising to bring that back with the Integra, which is really exciting because honestly, fun is better than fast, in my opinion. And in the single teaser shot we have of the front end of it, it does have the newer Acura design. You can see the angled grille and the sharp little check mark almost in the LED headlight. Looks really good. And they even brought back the stamped Integra name tag on the front of the bumper, just like the old days. Very cool touch. Absolutely love it. And they're saying that there's going to be a lot more information to come in the upcoming months concerning the Integra. So I'm definitely excited to hear about that. Very curious on what kind of powertrain you have. I'm also curious to find out if they're going to replace the ILX with the Integra or if this is going to be an additional model. The ILX is getting a little old, so it either needs a refresh or a replacement. So we'll see which one happens. I'm also curious if this is going to be a two-door, a four-door, or if it's going to be offered in both. The old Integra had both options. It would be really cool if you had that option here with the new one. We'll just have to wait and see. So I want you to leave your comments down below. What do you think of the new Integra coming in 2023? Production is set to start in 2022. I'm sure we're going to get a lot more updates in the upcoming months. And the big piece of news we got now is the new Lamborghini Countach. That's right, the car that every boy had a poster of on their wall in the 80s and 90s and even early 2000s. Let's be honest, the car is old, but it's iconic. The shape is gorgeous. So we're now going to bring that back. Lamborghini's calling it the new Countach LPI 800-4. I know that's a crazy name, but that's what it is. Now, Lamborghini says that after 31 years, the LPI 800-4, aka the new Lamborghini Countach, will pay homage to the original early 70s design. So Lamborghini is saying that the new Countach is going to share a lot of mechanics with the Lamborghini Sian, which happens to be a hybrid. I also read in an article or two that it is sitting on the Aventador platform. I cannot confirm that. I have read it, but I don't feel like I have enough information on that to really confirm it, but it has been rumored that it's sitting on the Aventador platform while sharing parts with the Sian. So we'll just have to wait and see for confirmation on what's going to happen with that. But we do know that it is going to have the 6.5 liter V12 engine that is putting out 769 horsepower naturally aspirated, but will also come with a 33 horsepower electric motor assist along with a supercapacitor, bringing horsepower output to 802. Now I know that sounds like it's going to be a heavy car with all the electric motors and the hybrid assist and all that other stuff, but Lamborghini's saying that it only adds 75 pounds, bringing the total weight of the Countach to 3,516 pounds of dry weight, which, considering the size of the car, is pretty light. They're also saying it's 110 pounds less than the Sian, which does 0 to 62 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds. Now that is mind-numbingly fast. I can't even fathom a car that will do 0 to 60 that quickly. Now it's going to have an automated single clutch gearbox and all-wheel drive system. They're saying the torque will be sent to the front axle through an electronically controlled center coupling. It's going to get a push-rod suspension all around and rear wheel steering. The front lift system is also going to be standard. Now to compare it to the old one, Lamborghini says that it is a much larger vehicle overall, which I'm not overly shocked because the original was very tiny. They say the new car is 29 inches longer, 14.9 inches wider, and 2.8 inches higher. And they also say it sits on a 106.3 inch wheelbase, which is identical to the Aventador, which kind of hints a little more of it sitting on the Aventador platform, but not so much confirming it. Now, as far as the design of the car, I know I've kind of been zipping past that part. It does look a lot like the 70s model. It looks really good. You can definitely tell a mixture of Countach and Aventador. The front end just screams Countach. I love the point on the nose, the very flat hood line that goes into those small flat headlights, which are not pop-up, by the way, because of, you know, today's modern safety standards and all this other stuff. We can't have pop-up headlights anymore. But it does show a very, you know, close similarity to them. But I love the point on the front end. I love the air diffuser, the way it's separated from the nose. But the back is where you can really tell where the Aventador aspect of it comes in. You can see where they're trying to bring back the Countach taillight shape, but with the 3 LED circles there, it just, you know, kind of looks like a more modern or updated Aventador. Very good looking car though. I do like it, but I can see a lot of Aventador. I can see a lot of Countach. You can see, you know, again, the similarities. The only thing that I'm kind of like not super crazy on is the side profile of it. It's okay. Maybe it's the wheels. Maybe it's the tail. The way I don't know. I mean, it does still look like the 70s model, but it looks like an Aventador with a front facelift. It doesn't look bad. I like it. I mean, I would totally drive this thing, by the way. Don't think I wouldn't. I would love to drive this car. But I'm kind of torn on the side profile. I think I like it better from the front and the rear than I did the side. God, that front end looks so good though. It really does look good. Of course, then I see other pictures of the side profile and I'm like, that's a good looking car. So I think it all depends on the angle. Now the interior is definitely where you can see a lot of Aventador. It's not very retro on the inside, which is completely fine by me. I mean, you want that retro look, but you still want a more modern feel and comfort and all that stuff. So you do get a very Aventador-esque interior. I mean, they put Countach on the interior in several different places to let you know the car's a little bit different. But I mean, if you're familiar with the Aventador, you're going to be very familiar with this interior. Now, here's where things get a little bit disappointing. The Lamborghini Countach will be a very limited production car at only 112 units. Now, price tag has not been confirmed on this either, but guesstimates are in the range of $2.5 and $3 million. That is a lot of money for, well, let's just say a Sian or Aventador hybrid. It's going to be fast, it's going to be fun, it's going to be a collectible, but is it worth $2.5 to $3 million? I don't know. But let me know down in the comments below if you would. If you had the money, would you spend that kind of money on a Countach? Leave your comments down below what you think of both the Integra and the Lamborghini Countach. Don't forget to drop a like on the video if you found any of this information useful, helpful, or entertaining. I hope you did. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the way out and bell notification. I'm Kevin, and I'll catch you in the next upload.